We'll start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Acceptance of minutes for Monday, May 18th meeting.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from Monday, May 18th, 2026.
Second. Any changes, additions, subtractions?
Look good to me.
Okay, motions are made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody. Okay. Department head businesses.
Good evening, folks. Glenn Cassidy, Town Road Agent. When I left the meeting last month, we had just completed grading roads, but we had all this rain, and the grader company that grades for us was up in Nash Stream for 2 weeks grading, and when they came out, they noticed that the backside of the river and Page Hill were starting to pothole again, so they spent one day and touched them all up one more time, and they've been holding up now for 2.5 weeks.
With all that rain, really good.
Last week, we finally got a couple days in a row that was nice, and we went out and chlorided them. So hopefully everything's gonna stay buttoned up now and hold up real well. They have through the weekend and these rain, all that rain we had this weekend, they held up nice. So that's a good thing. Potholes in town, Coal Patch is in Gorham. It's been, I gotta go get it. So we can get onto that. Paint, they said, is a couple more weeks out. I told them I wanted to get it right away last month. But with the rain, we've only had about 2 good days per week last month to do anything outside. With storm damage, we've had trees come down and brush and stuff. We've done that at the cemetery, cleaned up and got that ready for Memorial Day. But it's been little projects. On rainy days, well, my 2 guys have gone through the garage. They sorted through buckets of nuts and bolts and gone through everything and cleaned equipment. Randy spent a couple days on his and polished the fuel tanks and waxed it all up. It looks like pretty good shape. And Wayne came in one day when all this stuff was going on and greasing, and so we're using the rainy days as things that need to be done. I got Reed, I put him last week. We're going to be talking about some granite and stuff around, but the natural forest in overgrowth is taking over my backyard in areas of where we got material stored. And I've had him, last week, 2 days, and today, pulling everything, from manhole covers, culverts, pipes, every kind of material we've had, and piled it on pallets because we moved it and put it there 6 to 7 years ago, and they have rotted. So we get all kinds of pallets from the business across the street. So everything's gotten restacked on pallets, and gonna regrade and lay some fabric in some areas and get some material, all this stuff placed back on good solid ground. We got a lot of grindings materials, so we're gonna put down some nice grindings down and lay, then place everything around so we can get to it and basically have a good inventory count of what we got and stuff. Because the vegetation has overtaken everything else back.
It was a little thick when I was back there.
Yeah. So
all this is okay with Reed's back?
Yeah, he's using the forks and the skid steer, and we got a magnetic and a chain, and he's hooking things up and setting them and stacking. Yes, he's doing very well. I made sure he was using a big loader, and I says, you know, you might have more mobility with the skid steer and the forks on that. And he did a lot today with that because he was getting into smaller stuff. And then on heavier stuff, Keith helped him after lunch, and they restacked a lot of stuff. You'll see it's all out behind the transfer station in a little island of lawn there. They restacked everything for now so they can regrade and replace everything, and just to make it look better. I mean, I was surprised how much the vegetation is when we moved it all over that side of the property when the salt shed was built. So they've been doing that. The water department this morning went to the rec building, the pool, and did all their indoor plumbing and got the water turned on. So tomorrow I can go down and start cleaning, pressure washing, hooking everything up, and start cleaning the pool. That takes me about 3 to 4 days, and hook up all the filtration system, and then put some hoses in and start filling it because they would like to have it online. School gets out next Friday and the following Monday, so about 13, 14, be ready for the Monday the 15th, I think.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. And then, like you guys know, I'm going on vacation for a few weeks, leaving on the 12th. So, and I got a list of stuff, and I imagine Reed and Randy will be painting the town lines, and we'll get the potholes filled in. And then when I get back, we're going to determine what summer projects, which sidewalks we're going to move on to. And we've got an inventory right now of 3 culverts we need to change on some roads. And we got a lot more culvert inventory to do. There's some, digging out and cleaning up from all the settlement in the areas just to hitch them out a little bit. So we got plenty to do this summer. So, and we fit in whatever breaks down, and Reggie will probably tell you, we finally got that hydrant changed last week. That went well.
Saw that.
And it was in a tight spot, and we were able to, we rented a mini excavator because we needed to turn and spin around, and that bank was there, and we just needed to get rid of our material, and it all worked good. We got it done in about, 4.5 hours. Everybody and the chief came down and helped with traffic. As you saw, you guys went through, we had it all coned off, and it went well. So needless to say, nothing bad happened. Everything went well for us.
Couple of questions. What's the blue shit behind the?
That's all tire rubber. It came off from one of the playgrounds that they dug out
Okay.
many years ago, and I've used some of it in the past to take over to our rec building and over in that area. But it's been there so long. It's it dries up and shrinks, and
Well, when I was back there, I'm going, what the heck is
yeah,
this?
I didn't know what to do with it at the time, and that's probably been there for 10 years.
Okay. The granite I was talking to you about before.
Yeah,
Just look at the front of the salt shed.
to
Off
the
back
left.
corner.
There's two different grades of granite in there.
Okay.
And then there's some real short blocks that are maybe 3 feet, and then we got the real long
You
stuff
got the
that
big
go
ones
from
right there.
6 to 9 feet long.
Yeah.
That's not what he's
Okay.
looking for.
That's what I wanted to make sure.
He wanted them 3-foot pieces, and they're really thick. Some of them are like 18 inches at the base. They were, I would call them thirds, or the way they
Okay.
graded them at the quarry. And it's nothing I was ever going to use. It was purchased before I took over 13 years ago.
Okay, some of the stuff I was told was donated.
There is some stuff. There's some stuff that's rose colored, or it was given to the town back in 2002 or 3 from one of the construction companies that did that project. The client, it came in wrong on a job, but it's real coarse. I don't even call it granite. It is a granite, but it's really coarse. But if you bump into it with a loader or anything, it just breaks. It shatters. It's not real fine coarse granite. But that stuff is really wide at the base too.
So it's cheap granite.
It is cheap granite because they gave it to the town, and the job that they had it on, the clientele or business said, we don't want that. That's not what we were looking for.
Okay, the reason this is being asked, we had an employee that would like to take it. Me, I've got no heartburn with that. However, to let an employee take it versus opening up to.
I feel he said he would purchase it, he'd give something and.
But if we're gonna do that, we have to open it up to
bidding?
everybody.
Yeah, that's
So,
fine.
what I would say is,
We'll probably dig it out and display it like we are cleaning up the
pull
area.
some stuff since you're cleaning the area,
Yeah,
pull it out, and,
and then you guys can come up and look
we'll
at
put
it.
an ad in the paper, Michelle. We'll set up a time, with you or, Randy or, Reed.
Yeah.
When folks can go up there and look. It's not gonna be, oh, just go up and take a look.
Yeah.
Anytime you want. No, set up a period where they can go up and look if they're interested in it. And, open a bidding period that, let's say, will close, well, let's shoot for the 19th.
Of
June. Which would give us, folks would be able to put in a bid that they're interested in for that, and we'd be able to look at them on the 20th.
I would say some of the majority of those pieces he's looking at are between 3 and 4 foot long, but they're really wide, and he's got an embankment down there, Plymouth, wherever he lives down there, that he just wants to make steps with them.
I know, but
and I know what you're saying. You don't want anybody thinking you're lugging it off, and it is town property, we give it to them. It's understandable.
and folks paid for it out here. He paid for it too when he was here, but
Yep.
we lived here. So, do it that way. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody got questions? Shoot, Debbie.
not regarding that, but I wanted to thank you for putting the benches out by the town office.
Out front. I said, I went to look for more flower pots for you ladies. And I went down to the crypt because I was told by somebody, Elaine said that they might be in the crypt down at the cemetery. There's no flower pots.
I don't know what happened to them.
I have flower pots under my step.
Yeah, but
They're all,
we planned those to fill, but we were hoping.
So, if you want, you got to let Elaine know, because she said she'd have to go down to Ocean State or somewhere and purchase 2 more pots for what you guys want to do on Wednesday.
No idea where they could have gone.
I have no idea.
Are they at the meeting?
No, I went out back and I didn't go in, but I don't believe they're inside because of the soil being on it.
No, they're not inside. I know, I can tell you.
What size pots are you ladies looking for? I think I have a couple in my storage unit that I'm not using. They're about 1.5 feet wide and about 8 inches across the top.
No, these are bigger.
You know, the half barrel ones, that are on the sidewalks. So, I would say you're gonna have to purchase 2 more. But when I went down to the basement, I wanted to make sure there was nothing more in the basement, because I had Reed and Randy put out the benches out from the town office that you're talking about, and I said, where's the pots for those? And they said, well, we didn't see them. I walked down, and there they were, right in front of the oil barrel, so I lugged them out and put them in. So there's 4 littler pots out, just like over by the gazebo. There's small pots in those, so there's 4 more there.
All right, so we'll buy 2 more.
Yeah, so, because she said folks were gonna do that Wednesday.
Correct.
So if you wanna let her know, or, so you guys are all prepared, I don't wanna see you ladies standing around and with your flowers saying, what are we gonna do with them?
Let's get them out of the back of the car. Okay, any other
Thank
questions for Glenn?
Yes.
Glenn, remember we talked about, the plow out in front of the town garage?
Yes,
And could possibly some of that granite be
yeah, I got there's stuff for that too. I mean, what Paul wants is, I don't even think.
no, we
Yeah.
remember talking about it,
Yeah,
and you guys, I'll leave it up to you.
Okay.
I think it's something, because, that's a real nice,
right,
don't
but the
use
plow needs to be sandblasted, primed and repainted, and then
right, and
some
we
good
both
vinyl
agree.
decals on it at some point.
Right, but, that's for a future budget, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But let's not forget about it, because I think that'd be a nice.
That can be your memorial park or retirement park for me when I move on.
I don't think my ashes will support the plow. Beside that, they're going to Connecticut.
Okay. question?
Yeah, the big culvert that we've got off the
Herman Savage?
Savage Road, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard, I know you guys hired it and voted on, but I have not heard anything from that new engineering firm. I figured they would approach me by now.
Have they been contacted?
They have been, they were
Okay.
contacted here, I sent them an email that night, sitting right here, when
Okay.
you guys approved them. And I have not heard anything back from them, other than to say that they were gonna be working on it.
I wouldn't feel that we'd have to go chase them, but if that's what we have to do, I
No.
mean,
But if they've been out there, or just know where it is and can go out and look at it any
Yeah.
time, they could be doing that.
that could be.
Yeah.
They are?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
The other thing too is, while you're talking about that, there's been $7 million released to New Hampshire from FEMA for all that damage. So that money's out there. I told Glenn about it a few days ago.
Yeah,
I don't know where it is or what's going on with it, but some of the projects like Lancaster starting to get paid back and everything else. Right?
Yeah, but you doing FEMA releases stuff, it's not released to the state. It's released, the state may get it, but it goes down to
That's
the
what it was.
county.
They got it.
It goes down to the counties with specific names attached to it.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't know.
That sort of stuff.
That's what I heard.
so we do have preliminary paperwork out there.
Okay.
It would cost of the high end that we wanted to do in the project, so.
Let them figure out what they want to do.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Reggie, you're up.
Reggie Sharon, Town Water Sewer Supervisor. I want to talk about one thing that we gotta talk about tonight. Important is a new cash register for the water meters. And basically what that is we need a new handheld device. We've been told that our device that we use now to go out and read all the meters
Yeah.
is obsolete.
We'll
It's not
probably
supported no
obsolete shortly
more.
after we bought it.
Actually, we had just bought that like 8 years ago.
2018.
Well, it's
So,
technology.
The problem is that,
No, please do.
okay, so the problem is that, the company that we use, one of the things that we put in the budget for last year was changing our software with that company from a server-based software, because it was gonna cost us $6,000
Yeah, it was gonna go up.
for the service fee,
We're at
to
4,200
a
now.
cloud-based software, which was only gonna cost us $4,200 a year. This company and all of the companies actually are going to radio meters, which means that the person just drives around like Eversource does. They just drive around and read the meters through a radio that's installed in the truck, at the tune of $150 a meter. So until we can figure out a way to get grant money, or somebody wants to just be really kind and donate all that money for us, we're not going to those, because it's gonna be too much of a tax burden on the water sewer users.
When you're talking about $150 a meter, you're talking about the meters at each house?
Correct.
And not only that, the infrastructure that is needed for that house. We're talking thousands of dollars.
Whose towers? We'd have to build
We would
them?
have to have them set up in our town for that process.
Oh, some nerd's got a really,
Yeah.
So the way, the workaround.
That's why we're not even talking about it.
Yeah. So the workaround for that is to purchase this new handheld, because they have a 10-year warranty.
okay.
They're not going to be making them anymore, but if you have a new one, it is still covered under the warranty if something goes wrong. So by purchasing a new one, we can push out having to go to these new radio meters for 10 years.
Basically, it'd be status quo for around $3,300.
Okay.
That's what we need, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. We do have the money in meters and meter supplies. So we figured we'd take that $3,300 out of that line item.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't budgeted, because this was thrown on us 1st of May. It seems like they've been doing that a lot lately with this whole program. But it basically is getting us out a lot cheaper right now, at least till the future, and we see what happens. But this will gain us another 10 years or better. I mean, the one that we have right now is still working fine and everything else. But if something happened to it, it's non-support.
Yeah.
So what we did is, when we were looking at the software, when the company came to us last fall, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And said that, hey, this is what's gonna happen to your service contract if you stay with the server-based software compared to going to a cloud-based software. Our gun was fine at the time. They just took that gun off the market
Just look at
2
it.
weeks,
See what
no,
we're
not 2
talking
weeks
about.
ago, about 2.5 months ago.
The estimate's in the back, Jim.
Because when we looked at the software, we wanted to make sure that the equipment we currently had was going to work with it. We put in the budget to purchase a tablet because the handheld that is $15,000 is obsolete. And they don't make them anymore. So we had to replace that with a tablet to go to the software in the cloud. And at the time, the gun that we have currently, we were going to be able to send it out to have it refurbished, new batteries, that type of thing. 2 months ago, they said, nope, this one is no longer any good because it was purchased in 2018. If you want to keep the meters you have, you're gonna have to go with a new gun or switch over to all these radio meters.
Okay, the line you said you've got money in, right?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
What was in that line that obviously you're not going to be spending the money on?
Basically, it's just supplies and stuff, but this is considered a supply now.
Yeah.
So it'll be just that less supply. We're doing well on meters and stuff right now.
Okay,
So we're actually in a good position for this,
okay,
if there was one.
so you're not cutting something
No,
out? that
no,
you-
we're not cutting nothing out. We're just gonna have to keep it, watching what we got. We got a pretty good inventory right now.
Okay,
I'm good with it.
You're good with it?
Okay, I just wanted you guys' approval,
Yeah.
because that's gonna have to happen here right away.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Like Len said, we did get the new hydrant installed, it only took us a year. But with that said, it happened, and we were shorthanded last year. This winter, obviously, you don't do that work in the winter, but I'm gonna tell you something, that was in a tough spot. We had material that was unbelievable out on Old Village Road. We didn't have room, we would have never had room to dig that out. It was sand. And with sand, it was over 8 feet deep in areas, we had to break it out. And with that said, it took us a lot, but it worked out well. But I wanna say the biggest thing was getting our chief of police there with blue lights. That slows people down,
Oh, yeah.
believe it or not. Cause right there, we're in a 50, 55 mile an hour zone. And people start passing in both directions. So we were very fortunate to get that done safely. We did have a couple snafus, but thank God nobody was hurt or anything, and no accidents. But it took a little while for people to understand that the traffic is unreal. Even at 8 o'clock in the morning when we started, by noontime, 12:30, 1 o'clock when we were finishing up, it's like New York City was letting out. I don't know, it was crazy, but I'm glad we were getting done. So with that said, Chief, you got a new hydrant down there, it's brand new. Don't break it.
Thank you.
I also want to mention the CCRs, which are the Consumer Conference Reports that are due by July 1st of this year. Basically what that is a health report of our water. Okay, and that's got to be out. So what we're doing is that the tax bills are going to be going out. Oops, I didn't say that.
This week?
Nobody wants to hear that. But with the tax bills going out, we are going to put in a URL in there so they can go to our website.
It's a green slip of paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody will have access to go look at it on the website, town's website. Plus, we'll have it posted in the offices, and we're going to do all we can for it. But by law, I have to have that out every
Put it on the internet,
water
on the
use.
website.
Is all that being written on that little piece of green paper?
Basically, just that. Yeah,
Because we still have some folks that don't have computers or anything else in town.
Right.
They can come in and, I
We're
printed
going to have
5,
copies.
I printed 5 copies to start, but they can come in and get a copy.
And they can come in anytime and ask for that. Anybody.
Yeah.
But by law, we have to do that every year.
Mhm.
So we kind of lucked out because the water bills were going to be off going out in July before the deadline was first. Because everything I deal with is deadlines, or
Yeah.
I'm in violations. I'll be in jail for long. But honestly, I appreciate Kathy and Robbie for both helping me on that, and Terry. But we're gonna be getting going on that. The Hill Project, just a little update. We've gone from the east side over to halfway point on Grandview, as you're well aware of it, Tim. And we're up on halfway on Pro Hill. We're basically at the areas where we're expecting the ledge. So the blasting company's gonna be coming in, I don't know when, I haven't talked to anybody today because I was gone today. But we're gonna be having the blasting company coming in here shortly. And that's where we're gonna go. That's the water line. Water and sewer is halfway, pretty much on both those streets.
Okay.
We started putting the sewer in last Tuesday, on First Street, from Jody's up.
Yep.
So that's up on, I think right now it's probably up in front of Fort Grandview. They're doing real well. Their schedule has been very, very tight and very good. I mean, it's been right on the money. They've been working in the rain here, because as Glenn said, weather has not cooperated like it did last year. Last year, we had perfect weather. This year, it's hit or miss. But those guys don't stop working. The other thing is we got the new Cumberland Street pump station placed in the ground, 16 feet deep in the ground. We didn't hit groundwater until we were about that 16-foot mark. So that was pretty amazing. I have pictures of that, and I will try to get them out, because it's something to see. This new pump station came in as, what I want to say, a confined system. It's all in one. So there's like 4 parts to it. And they did a beautiful job, and we were lucky to get that in. So now it's over there, it's covered. There's only like 2 feet showing. And then we're gonna be getting our controls, pumps, and we'll get some ballards down so people won't run into it. But it's really, actually, I was a little concerned where the placement was, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem at all. It really is, they did a very nice job. So we got that in 2 weeks ago. So all we're doing is waiting to get that installed so we can stop the pumping that's going on every week on that street. Both cemeteries, I got the water turned on 2 weeks ago. So both cemeteries have their water on. We did get the new motor that was required for one of the pool pumps. So they're gonna be starting it up, but now they'll have a motor, because if that one craps out, we won't have to interfere with the kids. Made sure that we were covering everything in case something happened. So it did show up the last
Thursday? Wednesday?
Yeah. But anyways, we have it and it's there. So I'm happy to say, hopefully everything goes as well with the pool right now and we won't have any other issues. Last weekend's rainstorm, it was pretty bad. I was out in Lancaster Friday night and coming in here Saturday morning, because I was on weekend. I had major issues with the Northumberland Village pump station. As you're well aware, they're putting a new pump station on Marietta Lane, which pumps directly into our line. I'm not saying that that was the issue, but I think with all that rain, rags will build up in the system. We had rags, we had to pull that pump 3 times within 7 days. Rags, flushables.
Oh, right.
Yeah, rags,
Oh, I'm sorry.
non-flushables. But anyways, we ended up having there was a couple overtime deals in there, because you never know when that's gonna happen. It happened a week ago Saturday. It happened to Glenn and me on this Saturday, and we did have to clean it again midweek last week. So with that said, we also had a sewer backup on Riverside Drive, where we had to plug about 30 feet down from the manhole at a personal residence that caused issues. So I apologize for that, but that's something you just don't know when it's gonna happen. Glenn and I went right up there, we had that all taken care of within 45 minutes to an hour. But the unfortunate fact was they had to clean their basement, which is never nice, and I apologize for that. We're gonna keep a very close eye on that. I don't know why, because that line, when we got in there, Holden was right there, and he saw it. It really wasn't like plugged. It was down the line a little ways once we put our jetter down. But it let go, and I made sure we cleaned it out really good. But from here on out, I promised that individual that we'll make sure that we are cleaning that out more frequently, even though we can't see nothing. It's in the ground, you can't tell.
Yeah.
I feel terrible, because that's a direct shot to this resident's basement. So it's an unfortunate circumstance. So with that said, leach field maintenance, summertime, that grass grows beautiful. In all honesty, it's a good thing we have 3 guys now, because that's a good 20 hours a week that it takes for maintenance up there.
Basically cutting.
Cutting and picking all that up, because we have to pick it up. If not, we'll run into problems with our discharge permits. You know, if you don't pick that up, then you get animals out there, and then it's terrible. So I'm happy to say, Keith and Bart both, they're doing an excellent job, like they did last year. Keith and I did that for years, and I still don't know how we did it, because there's no way in hell that we could do that now, just to him and I. So I really appreciate all the help from Bart and that third man, because I guess we're getting older. I don't want to admit it, but we are.
Beats the alternative.
Yeah, the final thing I've got for you is, I just got this email tonight. It is the fiscal year-end deadline for the disbursement request on our LLC out of there that we got, the $60,000 grant. So I need you to sign, Jim, because Jim Wiggle was signing that. And I just need you to sign here. And basically, if you want to look it over, you can, but it's basically to get our reimbursement for the engineering company and our time. So the town's time's in there too.
Okay, this is for what project?
This is for that lead and copper,
Oh, okay, that thing.
identifying and stuff.
Yep.
Which we're working diligently in our spare time.
Still working on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm happy to say that the town of Groveton, we're down to like 20 unknowns. That's amazing, out of almost 1,000. Some towns haven't even started, and they're starting to get hit with violations.
Just on the front page?
Yeah. Yeah, page 1, right there. And then I gotta sign it after I look it over again tomorrow.
Do me a favor.
Yep.
Your printing's much better than mine. Underneath the.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. That's all I had, gentlemen. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to walk out the door.
Reggie,
Yes.
the rags, problem down at the,
Old Village, yep.
has this occurred before?
Yes, it occurred with the operation of that trailer park in the past due to inadequate equipment. That's why we went and helped them get the grant and got that.
Right, I know,
It's all brand
they
new.
rebuilt the whole.
Now, with that said, Al, I think they're gonna be putting in grinder pumps.
That's what I'm asking.
They are.
They are.
So if they do that, I've been holding out to see what that does for us. I don't really wanna go out and spend another 75, 80.
No, I don't want us to spend the 75 because people can't understand you're not supposed to flush these things.
Correct, but I will say that with that money that we got from the COVID for Brooklyn Street, we did retrofit that. We haven't had a problem.
Right, and the same thing over on 110 Winter Street. That solved that problem, right?
Correct. That's
So
what
now-
I'm talking.
Do we have any leverage to force these people to pay for the grinder?
I'm gonna tell you something. We put out, it's on the website right now. I mean, we advocated that for the last, I don't know how many years. Residents see it. And like I said, I'm not blaming it on I don't know where they came from. So I'm not blaming any individual, but they're in the line. So you go with that. I don't know where they're coming from.
Because
Right.
I strongly feel that the trailer park down there still running theirs manually. Once they get online, it'll be
It should clear itself.
clearing itself every day. But they click it, they turn it on every day or every other day, and then they're sending you one big charge from all them residents in one day,
But like I said, we're doing much better there. They're gonna have that online issue.
All right, hold on, keep an eye on it, okay? Thank you.
What Glenn says, if they're doing it every other day or something, and
Well, it's
It's one
automatic.
big zoom.
It's still on automatic now. No, they were down to one pump, but they are on automatic. Prior to that, both pumps were acting up, and the individual that was running them, he was letting it fill right up and then do it.
Yeah, because I've seen that red light on
Okay.
quite a few times this spring.
So like I said, I don't tread on that but when I get called in from DES saying, hey, look, they're near a brook.
Yeah.
That's when I stepped in, and Robin was here at the time. And Robin and I sent them a letter, and we told them that you need to spend some money, and that's where they got all the grant. We helped them, and that's almost $1 million project, I think.
Yeah.
So, like I said, a few more weeks, I think we'll be in good shape.
All right,
Okay,
thank
very
you.
good.
Thank
Myself, Chris?
Questions. Are they doing at the same time both sewer and water on First Street?
They're doing, yes, what they did on Crow Hill and on Grandview, they did the sewers, then they did the water. So they do the sewer first and then the water, and that's what they're doing on First Street right now.
And no idea on how long before they're gonna start blasting on.
No, but I will find out tomorrow. Like I said, I was out of the office today because I had a prior engagement. But I will be talking to the field engineer tomorrow and the company, and we'll see where we're at. But I want to say it was gonna be within the next couple of weeks here.
I was told that a month ago.
Well, I think they're having trouble with the blasting company. Those guys are in high demand right now, so. But I'll check.
On the readers you wanna, on the reader you plan on getting for the water, you say it's good for 10 years. What's gonna happen at the end of 10 years?
No, excuse me, that's warranted for 10 years, just warranted. You know how things are, you buy things, they're warranted for 10 years. The last one we had was 20 years. So I mean, you know, we're working on that, to answer your question.
Is that something that in the future, you're gonna have to go to this radio?
It very well could happen.
Well,
I don't think so. To be quite honest with you, if you want my opinion, no. I'll tell you what, before I went that way, I would be going into everybody's basement and writing it down. The process is crazy, but they talked to Walmart for so long now, I think, these companies, that now everything is a buy and throw away. Honestly, this meter that we have right now is fine, isn't it, Michelle?
Yes.
They're telling us that it's non-supported. Well, in the fact that something did happen, which they do, and as all we know with our cell phones, how many have gotten security updates lately? They're doing that on purpose because it messes up our phones. So we have to go buy new phones. That's my theory, and I believe it. I really do believe it. So in this case, they told us that we could not update it unless we followed their rules. Or we'd be looking for a whole new system, which would be a lot of money.
and when do you retire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before it happens again.
Let's say I won't be here after the 10 years. That I'll honestly say.
The other problem that we run into is that with the price tag on these meters right now, I'm not in good conscience gonna ask the taxpayers to do it.
No. Well,
But it's still with these wireless meters, these radio meters, it's still really kind of new technology.
It is.
So there's that price component because it's new. It's just like, you know, if he goes out and buys an iPhone 11, it's only gonna cost him $200. If he goes out and buys an iPhone 17, it's gonna cost him $1,800 because it's the newer technology. So the longer we can stay with the older technology and let them figure out the bugs and hopefully bring the costs
Correct.
down, the
Yes.
better it is for us.
So we'll let them do the trial periods for us.
Well, the readers are remote now. You don't go into my house to read the water meter.
No, we read them from the outside. That's what this meter is. So what that does is it automatically transfers by Bluetooth to the system. But it's not like we can drive around with that and have it go beeping off like Eversource does. See what I'm saying? We have to have all those special radio reads, which is another $150 on top of $175, $80 for a new meter right now. So honestly, each household could be upwards of $375 plus.
And that's before we install any of
The infrastructure,
the infrastructure for it.
Which is the tower.
towers or whatever, they basically that's of sight, you know, line of sight and stuff. So to answer your question, Keith is very, very dedicated to that, and he makes sure that everybody's meters are read properly. When you rely on that kind of technology, I wouldn't trust it. We don't trust it. That's why we do everything physically by manual right now. Because we double check, triple check all you guys' numbers.
And Keith does like a room and then comes in and downloads
Correct.
it to us.
Yes.
And then clears that and goes back out and
Correct.
starts a different room.
And
So-
actually with the new
So that-
software, he won't have to do that anymore. So that's gonna be a time-saving thing on his part.
Yeah.
By us switching to the newer software and going from a $15,000 handheld computer to a $200 tablet
Yeah,
that's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So he can literally pull up to the building, connect to our Wi-Fi, everything switches places, it transfers, then he can just automatically move on to his next route.
so when you do the math, they're forcing us to get this new $3,300 meter. But when you do the math, we were paying upwards of 15,000 for an old style meter, right? And now that tablet, we used to have that 15,000, now we're down to 200 and something dollars. So we're saving money, but yet we're letting them prove their technology to us.
Now what about all the, sorry, my voice. What about all the water you're saving?
Yep.
With the new sewer and water, with the new water going in?
Yep,
Is that helping us as a town?
100%, 100%. We were, pumping costs, electricity. I mean, I'm saving the water. We're pumping like 3.5 to 4 hours a day less than we were. Okay? Now, I can't say if we're saving that really in electrical. I mean, I have all the numbers and everything else, but you know as well as I do, electricity's going up. So we're basically staying ahead of it by conservation.
How much water are you pumping? You say you're pumping.
Yeah, we're pumping roughly 125,000 gallons of water a day. Less than where we were a year ago now. So in other words, I was pumping like 275, 295,000. Now we're at 165,000, 160. And that's never happened in this town ever. But we all paid for that. You know, you gotta remember, since I came in 2008, this is my 4th project. And with that said, I think we're up to like $20 million with all the stuff that we've done.
Oh, yeah.
Easy. You know, Ron Karen, he helped me out a lot to retrofit that water plant, because when they built that water plant and put it online in 1993, it was already out of date. That's a true story. Until about 5 years ago, July 4th, the town was about 3 feet away from being shut down completely because we had no parts for this obsolete equipment. That's when we put our foot down and really did it. And I can't thank Ron enough. Doug White, I mean, I got my engineers involved. Engineers, I say, you know, but they don't have an engineering degree, but let me tell you, these guys knew what they were doing. We got an engineering firm that I have down to this day, and they're helping us out tremendously. So yes, I'm very happy. That's why I preach this every time, because as Jim will tell you, this isn't being spread amongst the taxpayers right now. This is going to be water and sewer use. So next year, when this comes out, our water and sewer rates are going to go up, folks. I can't tell you a lot. They're going to go up. I don't know how much. That's not my department, but I know they're going to go up. But remember this, we are doing a lot better than we were. I think we were at 65 to 70% lost water. Now we're like 20 to 25. And that's being generous. So we've picked up over 50% of the water loss.
What do you think the water loss is gonna be done with this project?
I think we're gonna be pretty much the same, and I'll tell you why. Because we've had this whole system on temporary water. Basically, that's doing away with the leaks. See what I'm saying? It might get a little better, but honestly, for our numbers, our connections, and households and population in this town, we're right on the state's average per household. So 160 to 170,000 gallons of water might be 20,000 gallons, maybe a little higher than what it should be. But that's 100% cash. There ain't a town around here that's that way. The state tries to get us less than 3%. That's what they want. And I think honestly, and I can say this, I know all the superintendents, and we're ahead of everyone around here right now. and comparable to the number of connections, thousand connections or less. So what I'm saying is, like, your household, you and your wife say, you don't use as much as a 4-person house, but that average is like 65 gallons of water per day per person. So times that by 4, that's what, 255 gallons per household per day. And we have over 875 connections. That's not including what industrial municipal that we do have. Like down here, I can tell you Momentum, they use about 500 gallons to 600 gallons of water a day. Rotterbeck's probably about the same too. So that's, that picks up where we're at. Yep.
Anybody else? Okay, thank you, Reggie.
Yep.
Okay, next, requested agenda matters. Rangers Fort, Daniel Ayers. Is Mr. Ayers here?
He is not.
So it's just a letter. Okay, as the town is promoting the meeting house in Fort Wentworth on their website for the nation's 250th anniversary, I would allow them and the public at the same time to utilize the monuments for Fort Wentworth. The dates would be June 27th to July 12th. During that time, my second driveway near the cemetery would be open for people for overflow parking. The driveway for the house and barn would not be part of this and would be off limits. Because of the close relationship between the meeting house and the fort, I would request the town add me as additional insured for the dates above. I normally don't allow access to my property, but with this being a special national celebration, I feel is appropriate. Okay. Have we priced out what that would cost?
No, it's the first time I've seen them.
Oh, okay. He's talking about June 27th. Our next meeting is on the 15th.
I can have something for you.
If you could get some numbers as to what it would cost, and we'd be talking about basically that open field there for the excess parking and for people to walk to the old fort, I guess.
How, I mean, is it, because I don't know the property, so does that go, is it just that open field?
Because it goes back way back on the bluff, if you're looking at his mind, go straight back and that's where the fort was. And there's a monument out there. That's all about it.
So we'd have to do that, but basically, a line around the house, the barn and the house, that's not going to be included in insurance. So if his house burns down, I'm sorry. But
Yeah, I would imagine he's gonna.
Yeah.
Rob, it sounds like you know something about it. Is he planning on putting like a walkway?
Well, I thought you told me that it was only outside of that chair, but.
He does have a path
He doesn't have.
all
a path
around
all the
that
way
outer edge right now.
do check on that, please.
Mhm.
And we can table this until then.
A motion to table it?
Yeah.
Make a motion to table the application for the access.
Second that.
Okay, motions been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Table till better. Okay. That takes care of that. Town business. North Country Fire Mutual Aid. Okay. What you got, Andre?
A few months ago, you signed the same paperwork for the North Country Fire Mutual Aid, which is also known as NORPAC.
Okay.
It's the mutual aid agreement to get mutual aid from all the neighboring towns. That it's the agreement that they'll come to us and the same will we'll go to them for the year. So a couple months ago, you had signed one. It was for the ambulance.
Yeah.
So this one's for the fire department because we're not the same entity. We have to sign separate agreements for each agency.
Okay.
So I didn't realize that the one that we signed a couple months ago. I think it on the agenda. That one there should be fire department, they
Okay,
filled it out. Or Romy might have filled it out for us. Should say, my signature should be on this page already.
Need a motion, Jim?
Yep.
Make a motion to sign the mutual aid agreement for the fire department.
okay.
It's the $250.
This
It's the North Country,
mutual aid association or something.
yeah, it's a act that, it was moving. They have insurance for operations. Training.
Yeah.
So are we covered insurance-wise with this?
Have our own insurance.
That's what I mean. This doesn't have anything to do with insurance.
Basically, it helps to,
It helps get firemen here if we have a big fire.
it's
I know what
basically,
the mutual aid is.
Yeah.
I'm asking what the $250 is for.
That's for this organization to oversee everything, make sure everybody's up to date, have made payments, and who's agreed to mutual aid and who has not done it.
And do we get to find out who hasn't agreed to it?
find out who hasn't agreed,
Yes.
who hasn't paid.
Yeah,
I'll bet you the chiefs just talk amongst themselves, probably know.
If you don't pay, they don't. But everybody pays.
Yeah,
just asking.
okay. Okay, motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Okay. You're on the side there. Okay. Transfer station, part-time assistant, 6B. There you go. This is the job description and a newspaper ad to go into, which ones we talking about putting it into?
Cobra Chronicle, and it would go on the website.
And the website, okay. That works. You guys wanna look?
No.
Okay, need a motion?
Make a motion to put the application for the part-time position at the transfer station in the papers.
I'll second that.
Okay. And basically what the application, what the notice of the paper will say, the town of Northumberland has an opening for a part-time transfer station attendant, 8 to 26 hours per week as needed, including Saturdays. Ability to operate related transfer station equipment to include backhoe and front-end loader. Class B CDL desired. Must obtain NHDES solid waste operator certification. Starting pay based upon experience. Job description is available at the website. Job applications available at the town office and the hours for that. And the information on the website is going to be about 3 pages long. Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Okay, the granite curbing discussion. We basically already did that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know that Glenn needs to get going for class night. So we had tabled something at the last meeting about the Text My Gov, because the invoice was due and it was something that we have never used. The town, ladies in the town office have never gotten training on it. I spoke with Reggie and with Glenn. Neither one of them have ever gotten anything from Text My Gov in regards to water leaks or potholes or anything like that. It's a cost of like $3,300
Yeah, it's about that.
that it's not being utilized, and it's okay with the board. I'm going to not pay the invoice.
Okay with me? Questions from anybody out there?
What does
Motion?
I make a motion.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
The Text My Gov, this was, if you were
Wasn't here.
riding along, you spotted a pothole here in town or on Grandview where we live. You could take a picture of it, send it with a little text message into this, and it would be sent out to,
Please try again. Yeah, try again.
that's called a butt dial. And it would be sent out to the department. Reggie'd get it if it was a water leak, Glenn'd get it if it was a pothole. If it's not been used, and that was,
I was gonna say,
2 or 3 years ago.
It's been probably a good 3 years.
Yeah.
When this whole thing was being developed, and it was gonna go right to our emails or to our phones.
Yeah,
And
straight to your
nothing ever
phones.
went.
Believe me, they find us.
So,
We don't need to
Go
pay
ahead.
$3,300.
I know a few
Well,
neighbors do get notifications on town meetings on that. I can tell you that I signed up twice and never received anything, so we still have the ability to sign up on the town website, but we don't get any notifications from anyone in the government.
it has not been utilized.
It's never been enacted.
And it wasn't implemented properly.
okay, then based on the information here and from them, can we have a motion to discontinue it?
I make a
Not pay the
motion that
bill?
we discontinue the deal with Text My Gov,
Or whatever.
And not pay it.
and not pay. Yep.
Second that? Okay, motions are made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody. Okay. Go enjoy your graduation, Glenn.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn.
You all have a good evening.
Okay. Sit tight, folks. I just gotta read all this to you. No, I'm only kidding. Okay, approval of the lease purchase of new street lights. This is what was voted on at town meeting. Warrant article 26, and someplace in here it says which town meeting it was at. But this is where they're gonna replace them, and basically it's gonna pretty much cut our street lighting in half once the thing is paid off. Okay, so someplace in here, just the first part here, do we have to read this?
So according to the attorney,
Yeah.
the first order of business is that the board is to review and vote the adopted Schedule Number 2 lease resolution document. And there is a motion on that front page.
Okay, yep.
And once that is done and the board has taken action on it, the remainder of the documents, Kathy and I get to fill out.
Okay, the section 2 thing. Is that's the motion. That's that.
The motion.
You're talking about, what was the other thing you said?
The motion, the first order of business is for you to review and vote to adopt Schedule Number 2 lease resolution document.
Okay. This is schedule number 2, which says the undersigned town clerk / tax collector of the town of Northumberland, the town, in connection with the execution and delivery of a master equipment lease purchase agreement dated June 3rd, 2026, and equipment schedule number 2, thereto dated June 3rd, 2026, in the principal amount of $122,553.32. The lease to finance acquisition and installation of LED lighting in town facilities. The equipment does hereby certify as follows. And then it's got 5 different things. We have not adopted the provisions of RSA 4013, which is Senate Bill 2. The town has adopted no ordinances, bylaws, rules, or regulations or charter provisions limiting or restricting the town's ability to, 1, execute and deliver the lease, 2, appropriate or expend money, 3, levy and assess real property taxes, or 4, complete the project to be financed with the proceeds of the lease. The execution and delivery of the lease was authorized by a majority vote of the voters of the town on Article 26 at the annual town meeting duly called and held on March 16th, 2024, so 2 years ago, the meeting. A copy of the warrant for the meeting, the warrant, including Article 26 concerning the lease, was posted at the place of the meeting and a like copy at one other place in the town at least 14 days, clear days before the date of the meeting. And this is all legal speak. That's why it doesn't really make sense. A copy of the warrant is attached here to as Exhibit A. The approved minutes of the meeting, including the voter results, are attached as Exhibit B. Number 4, the meeting of the Select Board of the town duly called and held on June 1, 2026. The Select Board adopted a resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of the lease pursuant to and in accordance with Article 26 of the warrant. An attested copy of said resolution is attached here to as Exhibit C. 5, neither Article 26 of the warrant nor said resolution have been amended or rescinded in any way, and they remain in full force and effect, except for Schedule Number 1 dated October 29th, 2024. No other leases, bonds, notes, or obligations have been issued pursuant to Article 26 of the warrant or the resolution. And that will be signed by Kathy. So, a motion for Kathy to sign that, I guess.
The motion is on the top of
I've got it right here.
So that's the motion that says, I move that the resolution entitled Resolution to Authorize $122,553.32 as Schedule Number 2 of a Master Lease Purchase Agreement for equipment be approved in form presented to this meeting, and that an attested copy of said resolution be included with the minutes of this meeting. That's the motion. So, Second. Questions from out there? Chris?
First of all, you said at the beginning, it's gonna cut the street lighting.
Cost.
Oh, cost, okay. Let's get the whole.
And better lighting.
We're not talking about taking out light bulbs, we're to replace them. But our current bill on the streets is 35 to 42,000, somewhere in that range.
Yep, it's ridiculous.
How many street lights are
They're looking to replace, I believe,
No, how many are there?
We don't know.
I don't know how many. I know that the project, I believe the number on the project was 214 streetlights.
219, I think, but anyways.
Probably right.
I reckon they should do 2 things.
Yeah.
1, get an accurate count of how many street lights you got. And 2, get a count of how many are out. And I'll bet you can find a lot more than you think that are out.
Part of this whole process is for the people that we're contracting with to do this, to come in and look at everything and give us a plan of how many lights we have, how many poles we're paying for that we shouldn't be, how many we're not that we should be. They're gonna go through and give us a GIS report of how many lights we have in the town, and we'll have that all well defined.
Who's doing that?
That's the people of the contractors that are contracting Affinity. They're contracting for those, part of the process.
Well, again, you wanna check and see how many street lights you got, and how many you got that are out. I know, for the one right between your house and mine, that was out 2 years ago. And I was shocked. I called Eversource, the next morning, I was over there changing. Came over from Berlin.
That's shocking.
Boy, you got some pull, don't you?
Boy, how did you do that?
That's what I asked this guy, I said, how'd you get that? He says, got nothing else to do.
Good answer.
There you go.
Eric?
And we're just looking to replace all the streetlights in town with the LEDs, not just part of the town.
No, this is going to supposedly do all the town.
That's what the
It's not going to do the ones that the town took out. It was 15 years ago. I know Dave Peel was the one that honchoed that thing going through. And a lot of the lights were taken out. That's why,
We're just
Route 3's
replacing the
done.
ones that we currently have.
Yep.
Those are all the ones that the town of Northumberland pays for. There are some lights that the state still has that.
Yeah, those won't get changed. So you'll be able to probably tell by the color. Theirs will stay yellow. These, I'm guessing, are probably going to be, since they're LEDs, these are going to be white.
Be very similar to the ones that you see.
Okay. So, that one's okay for Kathy. Any other questions on this? Okay. Motions are made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody. So now it's up to you and Kathy to have fun.
Yes, may I have that project, please?
You want this?
Thank you.
Okay. This one goes here. That's my copies of this.
Can I just ask a question?
Go ahead.
How long will it take for that paperwork to be processed and the vendor gets the check to start working on this project? Because I know the Energy Committee's been waiting a little bit for that.
So when I'm done here this evening, I'm going to email and scan and email this all over to the leasing company. They want to open it and close on it tomorrow.
Nice, thank you.
The date's in there for the 3rd, so it's going to be done by the 3rd.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, that takes care of that. Next, applications, permits, and warrants, and we're going to start with 7A. Non-resident. How many of these we got? Okay, that's 7B, that can stay there. Okay, this one is for Peter and Cammie Rivette, 429 Lancaster Road. This is a renewal. This one is for Molly and Patrick Carr, 6th Central Ave, that's a renewal. We've got one for Jason Clow, and that's also a renewal, 53 Brown Road. And another renewal for Carl Voss, 67 Hillside Avenue. So, paid.
I make a motion that we sign all 4 renewals for the transfer station.
I'll second that.
Okay, motions are made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody.
We got a system, see?
I've got a question. Mr. Voas, why does he need a non-resident? He's got a house here.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, it's the new house on Hillside as you're going up on the left-hand side.
Maybe he's not living in it yet? Although I
Don't know.
why it looked like
He's
it.
not a full-time resident.
Okie dokie. 7B, zoning permits. That looks like these. Okay, this is one of them. This one's for map and lot 251-027. Susan and Gary Wentworth. Let's see. And the address is 52 Chelly Lane. Roof leaks, we're replacing the roof. Sounds like a good idea. Changing from foam to PVC. What are they talking about there?
They have an
Sure.
architecturally designed house
Yeah?
and it has a flat roof. We need to go any further?
Nope. Know what you're talking about now.
Makes sense?
Yeah. Now it makes sense.
I mean, it's a very nice house and it's got granite and all that, angles and all that stuff.
Okay.
But it,
Fee's been paid, and it looks like the official has it signed off. So, need a
Make
motion.
a motion to approve.
and I'll second that motion.
Okay, motions are made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Number 2, oops. Okay, this is the second one. Map and lot 107-086-00-00. Justin and Nicole McMahon. This is 48 Main Street, Groveton. Okay. Where did they write down what they're doing?
It's a propane filling
Yep.
station thing.
I read it, I knew what it was, they didn't have it out. No Talk Energy Services LLC, doing business as Al's Heating and Fuel Services, proposes the installation of a skid-mounted propane cylinder refill station at 48 Main Street. From the information they sent through, it does match the setbacks and all that. And fee has been paid, and the code official has signed off on
And
it.
you looked over this too, didn't you, Andre? Yeah, so Andre looked at it, and once he looked at it, I said it's good.
Make a motion to approve.
Motions are made, second. Okay, motions are made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody.
Basically,
Norm?
Oh, Norm?
I thought that this place had been sold.
It is. Russell Cotton of No Tax LLC, whatever that was, is the official owner of L's Plumbing and Heating and Fuel.
No, you said Justin and the whole thing.
that's why you said.
Yeah.
doing
They're
business
running
as
it.
Al.
Yeah.
They're putting in a propane station, kind of like what you see at Alshon or Paris.
So that's for folks that can bring back their barbecue
Yeah.
tank. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this one here. Map and lot 104-064-00-. Now this one's got triple zeros after for the last dash. Okay. Okay, property owner 14 SST LLC. It's 14 State Street. And this one is, what did it be? Rebuild into commercial space in the first floor and residential units upstairs. And according to this, this is the old Stone's Pizza / Goalies building.
Right. I've met with these, this is Fernando Fernandez. We talked to them a long time ago when they first bought the property. Their plan is to put a restaurant on the first floor and some apartments overhead. Fernando's done a very, very nice job rebuilding the thing behind the church and the yellow building down here and a few other places in town. I believe this will be a definite benefit to the town. They do good work and a good job. So I recommend that it's a win situation.
Isn't that one level?
Excuse me?
Isn't that one level?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna go
They're
up.
going up.
I'm glad you asked the question because I could have sworn it was only a single
Yeah,
story.
they're gonna go
building.
up. You know, they're gonna have to, it's gonna be extensive work. The place is trashed on the inside. And, you know, they're gonna bring in an engineer and do it right, so.
It needed a new roof, so they're just going up.
And the fee that's been paid is $250, which is work with an anticipated valuation above 50 grand.
Oh, yeah, easy.
Eric?
How many stories are they going out? Are they just putting one on?
But it's gonna be
I
a
think it's-
two-story building when they're done.
Yeah, I'm presuming there's 2 apartments up there, so however he's gonna split that up. for the
And
two.
we were talking about, you know, does the roof go this way, does the roof go this way? And I don't believe that, you know, it'll be drawn up and, I think it'll be done right.
I was just wondering if we get 3 or 4 stories.
No, just two.
Where is this?
2 and a roof.
What? You know where the Catholic church is?
George Stone's old building, used to be the old movie theater here in town.
Across from the rectory for the Catholic church, pretty much. Straight across the street. Okay. Motion
Make a
on this.
motion to approve the building there.
I second it.
Okay, motions are made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. There you go, sir. And I think that's all of them, Becky.
Yep, that's all I have on my list.
Okay. Abatements. Okay. This is for
That's the one.
water. Yeah. It is for 389 Brown Road, map and lot, 214-022-00-00. Property owner has requested the lien charge of $22 be abated due to immediate escalation, excessive administrative fees, and short delinquency of 3 months. Invoices and charges were paid on May 20th. This is a copy of the email that was sent out. There was no special speed up trying to get everything added onto it. For whatever reason, the bill wasn't paid on time. That's not our problem. That's the individual's problem. So my view is we deny it.
I make a motion, we deny it.
And I second that.
Motion's been made and seconded to deny the abatement request. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Nobody.
Can you make sure you write denied on that though?
Yeah.
Yeah, over in the blank spot on the right there, yeah.
Left?
Left would do.
You're on the
Yep,
right.
my right, yeah.
There you go. Okay, only one of those. Okay. Oh, this one. Okay. This one is a warrant for the timber tax on town-owned property. And when this was done, it should have been handled at that time to waive the timber tax. It's like we're gonna take it out of this pocket, our own pocket, put it in this other pocket over here. That's why we waive the tax on town property. So, the map and lot on this one was 232-9. That's what's written on here. I don't know if there's a 0 there or what.
What do you have?
This is for the timber warrants. And I see what you've got written there, what's written on there.
Yeah.
But that's not what's typed on this piece of paper.
Say that number again and I'll check it.
On the front side here, it says 232/9. So,
How do we say we don't want to approve that?
no, what we do on this one is we now vote to, shoot, what's the term? Waive. In this, well, now it's already been done. It should have been waived when the permit for the cut came in. Now we're going to abate it.
I make a motion, we abate that amount.
Well, the amount is, yeah, where is it? Here we go. $4,089.12. And let's see if there's a second one. No, that's it. $4,089.12.
I second that motion.
Okay, questions for anyone? Chris?
Becky.
Yeah.
You got one number and you got a different number. How do you know you're abating the right one?
Well, hold on a minute.
You know?
I'll have the girls check it before I.
Yeah, because there's another map and lot number on this one here, on another piece of paper that is different from the first one I gave you, and it's also different from the one that's on the agenda. And let's see if we can come up with another one. No, these last two match.
Well, I think we should average it then.
Yeah.
Okay, but hold on a minute.
The one up in the basement.
Yeah. Okay, the one you've got matches the third piece of paper as an operation number. 25-347-03-T. That's an operation number, that's not a map and lot number. So there's two different map and lot numbers in the paper here, so we'll go with that. Okay. Motion's been made and seconded to abate it. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Okay. There's no form, nothing for us to sign, so it's abated. Okay. And what's this guy? Oh, junkyard permit. Map 240, lot 7, Lancaster Road, Groveton. And it's a renewal by Pete. Okay. Okay, and paid the sum of $25. Need a motion to approve it.
I second it, and thank you very much for doing it right.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Okay. Date of approval.
I can continue then, huh?
Pardon?
I said I can continue then, huh?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Unlike other people in town.
I was hoping it would go through because I'm too young to retire.
I agree. Keep it up.
It's still in town, Northumberland there. Okay. And then it can go in there. Okay. Public comment. Pete.
The people responsible have already left. But that project they did in Northumberland, the only one left that was responsible is our chief of police. And I sat around watching that and passed through a couple of times. They did an excellent job.
I went through it going south and then coming back. And
Traffic was crazy.
well, traffic was moving through it quite smoothly when I went through. It was no problem at all.
They did a great job.
Yeah, they did. Eric.
On the town page or one of the Facebook pages, of the graffiti on the covered bridge. Is there any plans to get that covered up? You know, the bridge looks bad enough, and we don't need to have graffiti on the inside of it.
The problem with trying is the graffiti on the inside or outside?
On the inside. You walk through it.
Okay. Michelle, is the inside painted?
The inside is painted, but I don't know.
Can we get a gallon of kilns and roll over it and just make it white again?
Spray it.
The only problem is, I'm going to guess that that's lead-based paint. And if any of it gets knocked off, you've got a bigger problem then.
Maybe we should have somebody go from the DPW go over there and see if the paint's flaking or not, and then make a decision from there.
Yeah, we can do that. See what gives, and if we can, if there is any way to cover over it with a new coat of paint, as long as there's nothing flaking. But we'll take a look at that one. Can you handle that, Michelle, please?
I can probably, I mean, if you're okay with it, I can just go down to a hardware store and get some of those lead test kits.
Yep.
And do it that way. And if it's not lead where the graffiti is, then maybe Kyler has somebody in his community service program that can go down there with some white
Oh, I
paint.
do. Don't need to test it.
Well, you just got to be careful because it may not be flaking, but it may flake off. So yeah, go ahead and do that way. Okay. Anybody else? Yes.
Has anybody looked into lead encapsulant?
It's doing what?
Lead encapsulant paint.
Yeah, but I think that stuff only works if it's not flaking or bubbling or any of that stuff, because as soon as you paint over it, you're gonna break the bubbles or you're gonna knock something off. And then I don't think that works. I may be wrong, but I'm not in the construction business. I didn't think I was.
I believe the encapsulation paint is basically for indoor.
Okay, we got another
You got
head
flat on
bobbing.
your windowsills, you can paint it over, and Mark Dejaneiro's nodding his head, and he knows about this stuff, I used to. So, no, the thing is, the lead is falling off of it into the river right now. But that's okay.
Yeah.
If we make one more flake fall off, everybody panics.
And we have to pay for it then.
Right.
You can also turn the boards over the other side.
Right, but then we'd have to touch them, and that brings in,
Yep.
Really, we're probably gonna have to pick the whole thing up, put it on the ground, the whole bridge, and then do magic to it.
Well, it won't be going in the water, so then it's easier to clean.
Yeah, we've done it before, yeah.
So. Okay.
Yeah, I'm from the government, I'm here to help.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Anybody else? No? Okay. Announcements. Next board meeting date will be June 15th, 2026, here at 6 p.m. I do know that the planning board has a meeting coming up on June 3rd. But for anyone here who is planning on going and talking concerning the cell tower, you don't need to. If everything works, they're going to be, a request has come in from whoever the other company is. Yeah, Critical Bridges, Vertical Bridges. They want to push it off to, what is it, July 15th? July 8th. To give the new board time to review stuff and get everybody moving in the same direction, so to speak. So that's what they'll be voting on there, is to delay it to July 8th. So if anyone is planning to go to that one right now, unless he's on it and you're on it too, unless they change their mind, Mark's on it. So if those three, and Rob's on it, so if those guys all suddenly change their mind, okay, they'll double cross all of you, and if they don't, it'll be moved to July 8th. Who's your chair? Oh,
Congratulations.
Condolences. Yeah,
All in favor, aye. I was the only one.
condolences, chair. They said, would the one who wants to be chair step forward? Other people step back. Yep. Okay.
Amounted to the same thing.
Yep. Okay, got that. Now, non-pub session for 91A:3, Roman numeral 2, A, B, and C.
I make a motion to go into non-public relative to 91A.
I second that motion.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Nobody. Jim